This is my video on the Enjoybot LiFePro 4 48 volt 100 amp hour battery, deep cycle rechargeable. Enjoybot has been building in business for 20 years. This battery also comes with a 10-year warranty, which is fairly rare with batteries of this price. It's got a 100 amp continuous output, 500 amp instantaneous for 3 to 5 seconds, which is good for golf carts and going to be my usage in electric lawnmowers. The battery weighs 82 pounds. It has some nice handles on it to help to ease the handling. The battery is rated at IP65, which is dust proof and waterproof, so it can get wet, and which is ideal for my, for riding around in a lawnmower or riding around in the golf cart. They aren't sealed, so they also use them for trolling motors, so they can be in a boat. The battery is built with 100 amp, 16 100 amp cells. They're connected to a JBD 120 amp BMS that has Bluetooth. It has 3 temperature sensors, 1 for the BMS and 2 for the cells. The battery is nicely decaled. You can see all the battery specs right on the battery. You don't have to go to the owner's manual to see what's going on with it. The Bluetooth app that they recommend is BAT BMS. It works real well. It shows all the basic voltages and amperages and watts. It also shows individual cell voltages. You can see if something's getting out of balance, one of the cells is not functioning properly or gets out of balance. Okay, moving on to the charger. It's a 10 amp charger in an aluminum case. I've tested the output on this charger. It's 10.2 amps at 58.4 volts. It does a good job on charging the battery. When you get your battery, it will have about a 45 to 50% charge on it due to shipping regulations. I recommend unpacking it and unpacking the charger, or using your charger and immediately start charging. A 10 amp charger is going to take about 6 hours to charge the battery to full. Meanwhile, you can download, like I said, the BMS app and start playing with that. Familiarize yourself with that. I've also got the display, the LCD display. This display works very well in bright sunlight. It shows the voltages and the amperage and the watts. It also shows the percentage of charge. The display cord is 20 foot long. The sensor on it mounts onto the negative terminal on the battery. And then there's a small small cable that goes to the positive. That's for this to be able to read the voltage. It's very accurate. I have bench tested this battery with my inverter over here. I load tested it to 33 amps and ran the battery till it went dead. Took about 3 hours. a little over 3 hours and 10 minutes, which equates out to 103 amp hours output. So it's well within that specification. I recharged it, it took about 10 hours, which is what you would expect from the 10 amp charger. I didn't have any problems in my initial bench testing of the battery. Everything worked properly. I mounted this battery in a battery tray that slides in and out of my lawnmowers that I'm going to be testing this battery in. I've got two Ryobi mowers. One's a riding mower, an RM480E that has a 38-inch deck, and a zero turn that has a 42-inch deck. Yeah. Both these mowers use this identical slide out tray, so it'll be basically a slide in and out exchange for the batteries that are in these mowers. It's very easy battery to install. You can see I used a couple of, I used a 2x6 and a 2x4 to mount it in the tray, and I made a strap to go over the top of the battery to hold it down. It's very secure in there, and here we go. This is a continuation of my Enjoybot 48 volt 100 amp hour battery review. I got a sample of all the batteries from the Ryobi mowers that I have, and I'll go through all these real quick. Well, I'm not very quick, so first off, this little battery here, that is the 50 amp hour battery that comes in the 300s. The group size is a 6-EV-50. It weighs 33 pounds times 4, that's 132 pounds. The next step up is the 75 amp hour battery that comes in the 480Es and the zero turns. This is a group 24 battery. It weighs 49.5 pounds, times 4 is 198 pounds. The next step up is the 100 amp hour batteries. These are a group 31. They also come in the zero turns and the 480Es. These batteries weigh 67 pounds, and times 4, that's 270 pounds in this battery tray here. All these first 3 batteries are sealed lead acid. The factory comes with Leoch batteries. The next step up I've done is over there on that end. I've got some Wise lithium batteries for the 12 volt 100 amp hour batteries, which are basically the same size as these lead acid batteries. They fit in the same tray with the same adjustments on it. Those batteries are also group 31 as these are. They weigh 26.5 pounds each, times 4 is 106 pounds. And then we got the battery that I'm doing the review on, which is the Enjoybot 48 volt 100 amp hour battery. And that one comes in at 81.5 pounds. So there's a big difference in the weight of these batteries. It's going to make a difference in the handling of the tractors, the mowers. The performance on the 100 amp hour should be pretty much close to the same. We'll see. I got a lot of testing to do. I'm going to try the Enjoybot battery first in my zero turn and do some testing there. Then I'll take it out of this mower and put it in my 480e and continue testing it there. And it'll remain in my 480e for the winter for snow plowing. So it'll be a long-term test in that mower. So this gives you an idea of all the different batteries that these mowers have and some of the upgraded batteries that people are using. Thanks. Load testing the Enjoybot battery. I connected my RM480E onto the back of the zero turn. The zero turn's got the Enjoybot battery in it. The RM has got lead acid batteries in it, and I've got a custom controller in it that I can control regen braking. We'll set at 90 amps. This way I can put maximum load on the ZT without stalling all the motors. I mounted the Enjoybot display on the control handle with heavy-duty Velcro and then taped the wire to the handle for ease of viewing. This test produced an 71 amp draw without the deck motors running. As you can see, I pulled the little wheel stand. This test with the blades running, I maxed out at 100.2 amps. By this time, my motors are starting to get warm, so I decided I'd better pull it in and stop testing for a while. This was my final mower this season. I cut the grass at about 2.5 inches. 50% overlap, pulling my lawn sweeper. I used 24 amp hours out of the battery. My maximum draw was 92 amps, and my average was around 47 amps. This is my wrap up of the review and testing of the Enjoybot 48 volt 100 amp hour battery. It did very well in my zero turn, mowing 1 acre of land, pulling a lawn sweeper. I used 25 amp hours, so that equates out to about 4 acres of land that I can mow with my zero turn. With my RM, it'll probably be just slightly more because it uses less power, but we'll see. The battery performed very well. All the testing went good. I contacted their service line once with a stupid question, but they answered it right away. I just wanted to see how that would work. All in all, it's an excellent battery for the price. I would highly recommend getting one. It's well built, and this winter I'm going to be testing it in my riding mower with a plow on it, so all winter long I'll be plowing with it and seeing how that does. Okay, thank you for watching my review video. Thanks a lot.